so 98. My pick is Terry Gilliam's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Great movie. It's wonderful.
Yes. It's wonderful, and it's so totally not my kind of film.
Okay, why?
Yeah, because that movie has no real plot or even purpose. It just, it's a collection of scenes with these two wonderful characters. And I love it.
Well, it's Hunter S. Thompson, and none of his stuff is really, has a plot.
Yeah, exactly. You can't make
Except maybe the Rum Diaries, but...
Yeah, but Rum Diaries sucked.
Ah.
Every great movie is determined by the way you see it for the first time.
Yes.
Yes. And when I first saw Fear and Loathing in cinemas, I wasn't planning to go watch that.
Yeah.
Actually, we were planning to see Small Soldiers at the time, and it was sold out. And we were like, oh man, we can't see Small Soldiers. So we went to a different theater to see what was going on, and we went to this movie theater which is located under a bar. Mm-hmm. This really seedy, disgusting, dirty movie theater, and happy coincidences made that the movie was Fear and Loathing, which fit the cinema perfectly there, and me and my friends watched it there, and just the stars aligned perfectly, and it was one of the best cinema experiences of my life. I have 5 really good cinema experiences in my life. And that's definitely one of them. And we were the only ones laughing in that movie. The entire theater was, sitting and just trying to figure out this movie, and we were having the time of our lives, and the other cinema patrons were looking at us, why is this funny? Stop laughing. You're ruining this movie for us. And yeah.
Yes, but this is a serious movie about drug abuse.
Yes, exactly. And it's one of the most funniest movies about drug abuse ever made. I don't endorse anyone to take drugs, but see this movie, it's the next best thing.
Yeah, what was it? One of the cool lines was like, there's nothing more depraved than a man on an ether binge.
Yes. and I fucking love the bit where Johnny Depp in the movie, he sees the real Hunter S. Thompson.
Yes.
In the crowd, and he's like, look at that. There I am.
There I was. Mother of God. There I am. Holy fuck. Clearly I was a victim of the drug explosion.
Or something like that. It's very, very meta and funny and breaks the fourth wall, and everything comes down after that. It's perfect.
I mean, the movie just starts all of a sudden, and they're driving.
Yeah,
and there's just this weird stuff, and all of a sudden there's bats, and they're about to attack. And I remember, for me, when I saw it the first time, it was at my friend's place.
Yeah.
And he was like, I got this movie. It's like the beginning of one of those horror movies. Like, I've seen this film. It's very weird. And then afterwards you watch it 7 days later, you die or something.
Yeah.
This was like kind of the beginning of that. Like, you should come over and we should watch it. And I was like, okay. And then we went to his place and we sat down, and it was me and a couple of high school friends. And then when we started watching it, in the beginning I remember I was like, I don't like this. Because back then I was, young and stupid, and I only wanted to see Star Wars over and over and over again. And then when I just kept watching, and I kind of got what it was about, and then we all started laughing.
Yeah.
And it was just stream of consciousness, kind of like just going into weird situations one after the next. And I just love the fact that every time you saw the day after shot from their hotel room, and everything is destroyed.
Yeah, it's perfect.
There's that one room with like a dip, and then they're walking through. Is that like filled with nothing but Coca-Cola or something?
Yeah.
It's like, how does it get so much Coke in there? So it's really, really, really cool. It's a good film.
Terry Gilliam is a mad genius.
Oh,
and this is the pretty much the only movie he gets to do it completely and utterly by his own design. You know, like, for some reason, no studio execs, pulled the plug on this movie or try to intervene.
It's funny. I mean, this is one of those movies that he's managed to actually successfully pull off without any kind of hindrance. I mean, a very good movie or documentary I suggest everyone to watch is Lost in La Mancha.
Yeah.
And it's so tragic when you see it. He really wants to make that Don Quixote movie.
And he's still trying to make that
still
movie.
Trying.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, it's literally as if, like, some higher power has decided, like something out of the Adjustment Bureau, it's like, no, this movie will not happen.
Yeah. It's one of those movies that will never get made.
No.
And when it does, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck balls. Yeah, Fear and Loathing, awesome movie. So, 97, what's your pick?
Ooh, tough one. Well... I would say Matrix.
Okay.
The first one. We're not talking about the other ones. We never talk about the other ones.
I could talk about the other ones, but we're gonna talk about the other ones.
We're gonna talk about the other ones anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about the entire trilogy right now. But let's start with the first one,
The Matrix.
The Matrix. Okay, what makes it great?
Well, what makes The Matrix great is no one can tell you what The Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. I think it was it with you when we went to go watch a movie and we saw the first trailer for The Matrix?
Yeah.
And it was terrible. For me, I remember I saw the first trailer of The Matrix. Now it might be cool, but it looked weird, and I was laughing my ass off because I was like, oh, Keanu, now you're like because Johnny Mnemonic was still fresh in my mind. I was
and Blade was, came right around before that.
98, I think, was Blade.
Yeah, Blade was 98, so that aesthetic was well defined
so
by
everyone
that movie.
wanted guns and kung fu and black darkness and stuff, and Dark City came out a little before that, and that was
98 too.
Yeah, so I remember I saw the first trailer of The Matrix, and I was not impressed because it had music by not Enya. What was it? What was that band?
Enigma.
I
love that trailer. I love that the.
It looked cheap, even though it had some of the coolest shots in the entire movie, where she's running along the wall and flipping, but it had like that.
I think that's the best trailer of that.
It just looked like
The Matrix.
For me, when I saw it, it looked like, this looks like some French Nouveau kind of, Le Art, action film. But it was basically this artistic action film, which made you think, because it had a great marketing campaign with the whole, part of the movie is that, like, you can't.
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
a
know
riddle.
You don't know what the Matrix is. You have to see the movie.
Yeah.
And so, of course, when you ask your friends, like, so was it any good? Well,
I can't
tell you. You have to see it for yourself. Yeah. So, of course, you go and watch it. And, I was literally blown away because it tackled really cool stuff. It was very contemporary with modern stuff, even though all the hacking was not realistic at all. It was very cool. It was just, the story was good. It promised a good continuation. It ended on a high note,
it did. Actually, it ended on a place that few movies have gone before. It ended satisfactory as a standalone movie. If it were to stop right there, you would be really happy.
Except for that last shot. I did not like that last shot.
The flying shot.
Yeah, because it was like, I'm going to show them something they've never seen before. And I thought, like, cool, it's going to stop. And then, Rage Against the Machine starts playing. And then you start seeing, like, buildings collapse and code and all. Something like where people start seeing the veil in front of them, would collapse and crumble. And people would see that they're in a simulation. But what does he do? He
does his Superman thing.
Yeah. And I was just like, no, maybe 5 people in front of him are going to go like, what the hell is that? And then the agents will go and shoot them, and that's it. But if he would have done, like, if they would have just had the balls to make a grander gesture.
Yeah, you're right. And the flying kind of make this starting of the sequels a bit more difficult for the filmmakers.
Well, yeah,
because
because-
he's a guy without limits now. How do you make a great sequel out of that?
Yeah, how do you put limits on a guy without limits?
Exactly.
So
So
the
they invented more limits.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, upgrades.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You know, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, it was stupid. I'll give you
I
that.
mean, it had good fight scenes, but then when they started they're going the semi George Lucas way, is like, cool, CGI is so much better. Let's like have him fight 1,000,000 Agent Smiths and have them be like Gilliam, flip flop around, and it was just like, oh, you know.
Excluding the bad CGI.
Yes.
It's a very well made fight sequence. It's
for sure.
beautifully edited and storyboarded and
yeah.
directed.
The
So
Wachowski siblings, brothers, sisters now. What are they now? Are they? No, I mean,
they're the Wachowskis.
they're just the Wachowskis,
Yeah,
or Wachowskis.
Wachows. Keys.
Wachowskis.
Wachowskis.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's funny how like I picked The Matrix, but we're talking more about the sequel than the actual film. Anyway, but I mean, yes, they are very, very good filmmakers. I will never say otherwise. I mean, they know how to make.
They know how to make very good movies. They make
Yes.
a lot of shitty movies.
But they can make them look nice on screen. I mean, what was it?
Speed Racer.
Speed Racer. Holy shit.
Cloud Atlas. Jupiter Ascending, one of the all-time greatest shitty movies ever made.
It is an amazing bad movie.
I love that. I love that. I love the shittiness of that movie.
It is an amazingly
It's
bad
like
movie.
the anti Star Trek 2. You know, it's so shitty I could watch it immediately and just enjoy it.
But, yeah, first Matrix by itself is an amazing film.
Yeah, it's a really tight, smart
Yeah.
action sci-fi
Yeah.
movie with a really well-made action scenes and great production design, great really original music
Yeah.
by Don Davis. When the first Matrix came out and we were watching it, I was satisfied with the movie, but maybe a bit let down by all the hype. A bit.
I
A
wasn't,
bit. Yeah,
because
I was
I
a bit let down.
Because I was already... My expectations were so low.
Yeah, but the media coverage and the hype got to me. So I was expecting more bullet time and more, visual stuff like that. And it's a shame that they used all the really good shots in the trailers.
Yeah, well, I only saw that one and I don't remember it anymore afterwards.
Yeah, okay. Because I saw the trailers and I was blown away. So for me personally, Matrix is a really, really, really good movie. But my initial reaction was mildly disappointed.
Or I should say mildly entertained.
Uh-huh. Anyway,
So-
back to Matrix.
Back to Matrix. I just want to mention though, I have this love-hate relationship with Cloud Atlas. Every second viewing of Cloud Atlas, I really like the film, and every fat cat. Yes, because there's a fat cat and a black cat.